Hello and good afternoon to everyone that's currently tuned in live with us on another episode of Phillip Trading Podcast. I'm your host for today, and my name is Trent. So with me here today is my colleague Liao, a dealer and marketing executive from Phillip Capital. How are you today, Liao?
I'm great, thank you. How about you?
Yeah, great too. Good to have you back. Okay, so for today's podcast, we'll be discussing on the topic, what's next for crude oil? So to all our audience out there who are currently investing in the crude oil market or interested to invest, do not miss out this podcast. Okay, once again, I would like the help of all our beloved audience to share this video to all your friends. The more people that are watching this video, the more we are motivated to deliver greater content to all of you. Okay, so without further ado, let's jump into our topic for today. What's next for crude oil? So it has been a roller coaster ride, a roller coaster year for crude oil amid the very tight supply caused by Western sanctions on Russia and demand destruction due to the fear of recession. So Liao, WTI crude oil futures had dropped below US $100 mark since the beginning of this month. What are the main drivers for the drop in crude oil prices?
Okay, yeah, thank you, Trent. So yes, indeed, the WTI crude oil has been on a massive downtrend since the late June. So it has dropped from the high of 120 US dollar level to now at around $96 level. So the main reason to cause a drop in the crude oil is due to the very high inflation rate, which caused the Fed to raise interest rate to a multiple year high level to cool down the high commodity prices. So, however, the rate hike will slow down business activities and eventually bring us into an economic slowdown and potentially a recession. So the Fed had raised interest rate from the low of 0.25% to 1.75% back in June. And the market was expected another 0.75% rate hike in July, and which the Federal Reserve did on Thursday, Malaysia time. So the US interest rate now is at 2.5%. So from a low of 0.25% up to the now 2.5% is like about 10 times increase. Okay, so during the high rate era, such economic slowdown in the world's largest economy would normally see crude oil come under selling pressure with lower demand. So, but due to the supply side constraints, the crude oil has remained relatively buoyant, and this is the dilemma for some of the oil traders. So in an indication of the underlying supply and demand dynamics can be seen in the crude oil futures market. So the crude oil futures market is now in a backwardation phase, which means that the near month contract, like the month towards now, like September, the futures price is more expensive than the far month contract, which is like, for example, December crude oil futures contract. Okay, so it means the willingness by the market to pay more to have immediate delivery rather than having to wait for the crude oil delivery in the future. Okay.
Okay. Yes, those factors that I mentioned certainly have impacted the market. So for our next question, do you expect the crude oil prices to drop further in the coming months? And what are the foreseeable factors that may cause such a move in prices?
Okay, so technically, if you look at the daily chart of WTI crude oil, for the time being, we are able to see quite a significant support level at $95 level. So this significant support level has been tested back in middle of March and April, and also middle of July, which is a few weeks ago until now. And if you look at some of other indicators such as the MACD, it is below the signal line, and the RSI, relatively strength indicator, is also having a weak strength. Okay. In addition, also the crude oil price is now below their daily moving average line. Okay. So at this point, it seems the equilibrium of the crude oil price has been reached in the energy market. So the supply problems persist, and it doesn't appear to be improving in a very significant way. And the global energy demand continues to outpace its pre-pandemic level, but the fear of recession for Europe and the US are helping to sort of press down the strong crude oil price. Okay, so for crude oil price, this meant a relatively a little bit of stability in the key technical level. Okay, so both at the support and resistance level. So in terms of the foreseeable near term, we are expecting to see some of the factors that might further point towards bearish factors in the crude oil market. So some indications of the slowing down economic growth will put pressure to the crude oil. So last month, the US, they reported a low PMI, Purchasing Manager Index level since the July 2020. And in the in the European Union area, they also reported a low PMI since August 2020. And India also reported a low PMI since September 2021. So this indication points that the growth in the manufacturing sector is slowing down in some of the world big economies. Okay. And also the US, they have also reported in June that the month-to-month inflation adjusted personal spending level has also decreased for the first time of the year. And yeah, and also as mentioned earlier, the Fed will also increase their interest rate to fight with the inflation, which will reduce the expectation for economic growth and inflation. Okay, so all of these will point toward the decrease of crude oil prices. Okay, so however, factors such as the low inventories and continued uncertainty surrounding Russia's future oil supply is what we should look out for. Okay.
Okay. So let's see how the market will perform in the coming months. Okay, so how should traders prepare themselves for the increased uncertainties in the crude oil market, and what are the price levels that traders should look out for?
Okay, yeah, so I think personal view, I think that traders should continue to monitor the US economy situation, whether they can withstand the very high interest rate without triggering a recession. And we also have to take note on how the market responds in terms of the price action, because the tight supply factor and the fear of recession is having a tug of war at the moment in the crude oil market. So in hindsight, the war situation is no longer impacting in a major way in the crude oil market as well as the stock market. But instead, I think it's the sanction level that the Western countries plan to impose on Russia. However, I think that the magnitude of the sanction will be smaller and smaller, because Russia is gradually using their power to control the natural gas supply to the European countries. Okay, so as mentioned earlier, in the near term, we are seeing a significant support level at $95 level. So if it breaks below, then we are looking at $85 level, which is $10 below the significant support so far. So if there's a surprise, if there's a reversal due to unforeseeable bullish factors, then we probably can take a look at 105 level as the immediate resistance level.
Okay, yes, let's see how the market will perform when it moves closer to the level. Okay, so for our next question, Phillip Capital will be having physical seminars on market outlook for crude oil in August. What are so attractive about these seminars, and why our audience should sign up for them?
Oh, okay. Yeah. So yeah, we have actually we have a very exciting news. Yeah, because we are entering a post-pandemic period now, and so this would be our first ever physical event in 3 years' time. So we are very happy to see each one of you in person. So in our seminars, there's a series of seminars. So in these seminars, we'll be having professional traders as our guest speaker to visit us in our branch and give a seminar talk in our respective branch. Yeah, can I have a look? Can you show us the PowerPoint? Okay, yes. So I believe you guys are able to see the PowerPoint, the timetable. Okay. Yeah. So we will be having a physical seminar in our respective branch. You can take a screenshot of this slide. So we will have two different topics. So the first one is bulls to bears, how to trade the current volatility in crude oil price. So the speaker will be David Law. So he will be visiting our branches in Malacca. Malacca branch is in Taman Malacca Raya, and in our Penang branch, they will be in Georgetown. So these are the dates that Mr. David Law will be visiting us, the branch, and will give us talk. Okay, so these are the dates and times. And another topic is crude oil outlook and technical analysis. So the speaker is Mr. Daniel Ang. So he will be visiting 5 of our branches in this during this day, okay, in August. And these are the times. Okay, so for Johor, our Johor branch in Taman Molek and Kota Damansara in PJU, their session will be on a weekend on Saturday. So it will be in the morning session from 10 to 12 p.m. And then for Sabah, Kota Kinabalu branch, Cebu and Kuching, they will be having their seminar on the weekdays, okay, on 17, 18, and 19 of August. And they'll be held during night time, 7:30 to 9:30 p.m. Okay, so for our clients, whether you are our clients or our audience, if you are near to these locations, near to our branches, feel free to contact us. You can leave your comment down below, or you can also approach your respective dealer or marketing personnel to know more about the details and also register with us. Okay, so all right, that's we hope to see you guys on these dates in our respective branches. Okay, so that's all of what I'm going to share today. Okay, pass back to you, Trent.
Okay, thanks, Liao. So yes, investors should definitely take this opportunity to participate in the upcoming crude oil web seminar that's shown on the screen. So thank you for sharing, Liao, and I hope it will help the new investors out there, and to our audience who are interested to invest in crude oil futures. We are currently having a promotion for CME micro crude oil until 31st December, end of this year. Okay, clients are able to enjoy a super low brokerage for only USD3 per lot. Okay, for more details, you can drop us a message on Facebook, and our representative will get back to you. Okay, so and now we have come to an end for today's podcast. And if all of you have any question or any topics you want us to discuss next week, you can message us in the comment box below. Thank you for listening to our podcast, and happy trading for the week. Thank you for your time too, Liao.
All right. Thank you, Trent. Bye-bye.
Bye.